difficult to work, very difficult for everyone. Let's hope that 2021 will be better than that.
Yes, the Netherlands is now resurging again a little, so it's quite tricky.
Maisa, can you allow me to share my screen?
Yeah,
I have a few slides prepared. So
host. Okay.
let me just try and see whether that works. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, good. Yes.
Okay, we are now live streaming in YouTube, and just a couple of seconds, and we're gonna be live streaming in our Facebook page.
Wow, you have it all set up.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with Dr. Ewin for the opening of the event, and then we're gonna pass through Lena because she sent a record of her speech, and then we go to Jean, and slowly we're gonna start by one for the SSVI Telescope holder.
Yes. Well, first of all, let me say thank Maisa for organizing this event, very exciting event. And of course, thanks also Jean-Pierre for being sort of the father of making all of this possible. It's really fantastic to see so many of you from across the world. So, yeah, it's really great. So I'm here speaking as a few words as the IAU president, but also as somebody who is just interested in astronomy and interested in astronomy outreach. And let me introduce also my husband, Tim Viseo, who is, hi Tim, who is the former Director General of the European Southern Observatory. So whereas you are working with small telescopes, Tim was working actually with the biggest telescopes on the sky on the world. So maybe Tim, you also want to say a quick hello to everybody?
Hello, everyone. It is just a pleasure to be here. And I follow the work of Jean-Pierre closely, and I'm truly impressed by how he manages to get telescopes to the most remote locations in the world. It's a really important skill, and it is wonderful for humanity. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. So I see that people are still chiming in. So I prepared just a few slides on sort of to set the stage for what we're doing here, also in the context of the International Astronomical Union, because you are all part of our IAU family, so to say, and a very important part of that family. So let me just remind you that the let me just see that that's actually goes. Yep. So first of all, I wish I could be with you somewhere, maybe with Maisa in Tunisia, but that is not possible this year, and it will still be some time before we can all meet together again. But I think one of the good outcomes of this pandemic is that we have learned to communicate actually across the world, and that's somewhat sort of in a contradiction that we don't meet in person, and yet we seem to be more connected than ever across the world. And I really like this picture. This was from the Pale Blue Dot celebration that we had in the IAU in February, actually Valentine's Day this year. And it was our last celebration of the IAU 100 years. And it was also just before the lockdowns started in most of the world. And so here we are all together, basically look back at our own Earth.
Dr. Ewin, we lost you.
Of course, the viewing of the light. Yeah. So my internet is a little bit unstable, but I will come back from time to time. So viewing the night sky is, of course, available to all of us everywhere in the world. and even with social distancing. And so also now we cannot miss asking the questions, just looking up at the beautiful sky. Where do we come from and what is our place in the universe? And this is, of course, what the IAU is also being inspired by. It's we are studying it from the professional point of view, the Worldwide Union of all the professional astronomers. And we do research, but we do so much more than that. We do also communication and education and development. And of course, what you are doing is all part of the outreach and education part, directly linked to our IAU family. We do that through our offices, and of course the Office of Astronomy Outreach does the astronomy communication, and Lina Canas is leading that, and of course she is, together with Jean-Pierre, key in making this all work across the world. So that has been a very fruitful outcome, the collaboration between the OAO and the Starshine for everyone. So last year we had our 100-year celebration, and we actually were able to do more than 5,000 activities in more than 140 countries. It was a wonderful roller coaster year, in which many of you actually here on the line participated. Thank you very much that you participated. We were able to reach 5 to 10 million people directly, and probably more than 100 million in total indirectly. We had all kinds of activities surrounding especially girls in astronomy, and I know that Starshines for Everybody, de sterren schitterend voor iedereen, is also aimed especially at engaging girls in science and in astronomy, and of course aimed at diversity. And again, we were able to do, especially around the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, quite a number of activities engaging many women and girls worldwide. And we will continue this in the coming years. So education and training are a big part of the IAU. Here you see our International School for Young Astronomers. I hope that maybe some of you have participated in them or will participate in them. This is an example. We travel across the world in various developing countries. Of course, also hand-on training at the telescopes, big data, but also using, say, Venus as an example as to how climate change can actually occur on other planets. We have an astronomy day in schools, and again, some of you may have participated in that, and you see here already the small telescopes that are an important part of those training days in school. And so again, that is a wonderful example. But indeed, our activities with the small telescope have been remarkably successful. And you see here examples of that throughout the world, actually, and people really lining up, even during the day, with a small solar filter in order to look through a telescope. We train not only students, but also the teachers. That's, of course, very important to make sure that the teachers can teach the students then. And that teacher training is ongoing. Here you see a wonderful example actually in Mongolia, where I think, Jean-Pierre, one of your telescopes also ended up in Mongolia. Principe Islands, where Tim and I were actually for the 100 years of the Eddington exhibition, but also where there were a lot of activities in outreach and so on and so forth. It's really wonderful and heartwarming to see, and especially also the COVID-19 projects that we have, where we still can continue to do some of these activities. So I just want to raise a toast actually to Jean-Pierre and to Starshine for Everybody. We met actually, I think, first in a meeting in what was it, in Belgium, I think 2000.
Yes, in Zeeland. In Zeeland with Reykjan.
In Zeeland, yeah. This was in Zeeland, but before that we met already at another celebration.
We met each other in Brussels.
Yeah.
We met each other in Grimbergen.
Grimbergen, yes.
Grimbergen, the first time in Public Observatory Mira.
Yeah, exactly. And this is actually where we had this wonderful get together with the two astronauts that signed the telescopes, with John Grunsfeld and Chiaki Mukai, that you see here in Brussels in 2019. So that was a wonderful occasion to get together. And so I think from that is actually how the collaboration developed, also with the IAU and with Lina, and that is now so fruitful. So I want to end here. I hope to have given you a little bit of a taste of how important it is, what you are all doing, how you are really engaging with young and old, actually, across the world. And I think just looking at the pictures and just looking into the eyes of the young children that have looked through a telescope, you see the inspiration in them. And that's what we're doing. And let's actually make sure that we continue to harness that inspiration of astronomy for society. I wish you a very good meeting here today. That's good. Back to you, Maisa.
Thank you so much, Dr. Owen. You are always amazing and an inspiration for many astronomers around the world. So, Dr. Owen, before we go to Lina, what kind of motivation or what kind of encouragement do you give for the young student in astronomy nowadays? What is your advice for them to follow their dream?
Yes, follow their heart, follow the inspiration, do something that you are inspired by, do something that really excites you. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do everything good, but find one thing that you really, get enthusiastic about when you are studying astronomy, and do that well. Then you get noticed. So that is my main advice to you.
Yeah, that's
so do whatever you do with a heart.
Yeah, do what you do with heart and with love. So, Dr. Tim, what kind of words do you give for the young student in astronomy?
For the young students in astronomy, it's hard to add something to what Vina already said, but the goal is to use your brain and to test yourself to find out what you like to do. And it's better to do one thing well than a lot of things just a little bit. And that's where the heart comes in, as Irina says. And follow your nose, as they say. It's driven by curiosity in the end, to try to understand the world around us and the universe we live in. And everyone can make a contribution, and you just have to find out in which area you really like to work. I'll leave it at that.
And with this amazing work, I would say keep always eyes in the sky, because sky is the most beautiful part of our universe. Thank you, Dr. Owen, so much. And thank you also, Dr. Tim, for the amazing words and for your presence today. We are really honored with your presence. You are just amazing. Thank you so much. And by that, I will go to pass to Lina, and I will start share my screen. Okay. So Lina, unfortunately, she cannot be with us today. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So Lina, unfortunately, she cannot be with us today, but she recorded her speech. So I'm going to leave her now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lina, and I work as International Outreach Coordinator for the IAU Office for Astronomy Outreach, and we are based in Tokyo, Japan. I want to thank Mesa for having me here today and to apologize to everyone for not being able to be there with you live, but unfortunately my internet connection is not stable at the moment, and I didn't want to take any chances and really wanted to be able to share with you a little bit about our projects and the importance that SSVI collaboration has for us to implement our long-term goal that is to bring astronomy to everyone. If you allow me, I will share a few slides with you. So as I mentioned, our office is the IAU Office for Astronomy Outreach. And today I wanted to focus on two big aspects for us, which is accessibility and communication. Our goal is that the IAU engages with the public in astronomy through access to astronomical information and communication of the science of astronomy. So accessibility and communication are at the very core of our office, and they contribute as two big key ideas in bringing astronomy to everyone. Of course, we do have specific focuses in order to achieve this big goal. One is the outreach of the IAU. What is the International Astronomical Union? Who we are? What is our mission? Therefore, it's our office role to highlight this relation between or visibility of the IAU. But the big part of our actions, our tasks, is focused on skill building of astronomy outreach professionals to support our community in a formal way, trainings with best practices in order to increase the quality of the outreach programs from our community, and the central coordination and support of various astronomy-related networks. One of these networks is the National Outreach Coordinators. Another one is our network of translators. The other one is focused on dark and quiet skies awareness. And of course, we do consider you all as part of our extended family. And the SSVI network is also a big part of our support actions and community that we hope to do our best to further support even beyond Telescopes for All. And Telescopes for All is one of our core projects. It's a legacy of the I-100-year celebration. It was a huge success during 2019. And naturally, we wanted to continue to support and to collaborate with Jean-Pierre and with SSVI, with Bresser, Universal Awareness. All of us wanted to continue with this program. Through Telescopes for All, we do want to highlight the importance of bringing resources to underserved and underrepresented communities. And in particular, for this accessibility aspect, we do consider that amateur astronomers are key for the success of this program, not only by the knowledge that amateur astronomers possess in terms of astronomy itself and their contributions to research. Actually, pro-am relations are one of the big activities and the big actions between amateur and professional astronomers as part of the IAU beyond the outreach aspect. For the outreach aspect and the reach to society, we identify that amateur astronomers are in the best position to really reach our office outreach and to further implement it in a quality way, in an impactful way with our local communities. Because many of you are knowledgeable of needs and especially the underrepresented communities a little bit all around. So that's why we really value the contributions of amateur astronomers to these particular programs and in all our efforts. I give you the example again of our IAU National Outreach Coordinators. Although we do have coordinators to be also part of the professional community, professional astronomers are definitely the bridge to amateur astronomers that is key to be able to effectively reach the different. When we talk about our networks, I always like to highlight the importance that our astronomers have, our outreach coordinators have in reaching their communities. These are men and women that are knowledgeable. They're very, not only in astronomy, but also in the social needs, the social impact and aspect of their communities, and how to further our impact in our astronomy outreach initiatives. So I always like to send them a big thanks for their enthusiasm and for how they are changing the landscape astronomy outreach all over the world. Aside to this, how do we support? How do we, because in the end, that's our goal. It's how to best support our community by skill building outreach professionals, by supporting their work in a more formal way, by sharing best practices, by communicating or promoting, whether it's journals or articles, publication, whether it's conference, by presenting your works. We try to highlight the best practices all around and share them. That's why I strongly encourage you to publish in our journal. Reach out to us if you want to publish your work, and we will support you writing an article about your activities. And of course, the CAP conference will happen next year. The last one was back in 2018. This year was cancelled because of the pandemic, but we will be back in 2021 in a virtual format. So stay tuned, and we will soon share more news about the CAP conference. And I strongly encourage you to publish your work. We also have ongoing programs, and again, all of them are centered in supporting the community, providing resources in order to support the community. One is the Midnight Astronomers, in which we have a database of almost 200 astronomers, professional astronomers, that are willing to participate in talks, meetups. So please reach out to us. And if you want to have or to host professional astronomers in your event, let us know. We also have different languages, so it can be also accessible in terms of language. Also, in terms of language accessibility, we do have a strong translation network that you can propose a resource that you are that you wish to see translated in your language, or to become a translator, a scientific reviewer, or a proofreader in a specific language. Again, reach out to us, and you can be a part of this network. Another two programs that we have is the outreach visitors, in which you can join us at NEOJ in Japan, and to be a part of one of our programs. As a project manager, you can join our team and stay with us for a while and collaborate with us in one project. The other one is Inspiring Stars. That is our program, under which Telescopes for All is part, in which we include all our initiatives. Our ultimate goal in making it an ongoing program is that we wish that our inclusive measures are underlying all our programs. So we don't have a specific program on inclusion, but inclusion is a baseline across all our programs. For 2021, our programs will be Women and Girls in Astronomy, will be Dark and Blind Skies Awareness, Telescopes for All, that I already mentioned, and 100 Hours of Astronomy. I won't go into detail today because I just wanted to let you know what we are planning for 2021 in terms of IE Outreach Global Projects, and we will soon be announcing it officially in our website and in our networks. I want to thank you all again for having me here today and for being a part of this amazing family, if I can say it like this, of SSVI Telescope proponents. And like every family, we are here to support each other. So please reach out to us, because beyond Telescopes for All, beyond the SSVI, we do want to identify how we can provide even further support in our programs. So please, thank you so much. And have a wonderful meeting today.
Yeah, thank you, Lina, so much for for the amazing speech. And Lina, she is the head of the IIU Office of Astronomy Outreach of the IIU. And now from Lina, we're gonna go to Jean-Pierre, the director of the SSVI project, which is astronomical project, and Jean-Pierre will tell us more about the SSVI project. So Jean-Pierre, you can start.
Yes, thank you very much, Maisa, for this, for your wonderful work, for your great work this week to organize this meeting. Well, let's start with the words of Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. That's true. I'm going to tell you in a few minutes a little bit about myself and how I started SSVI. So I am retired and volunteer of the Department of Physics and Astronomy at the University of Ghent in Belgium, and a member of the Public Observatory Armapin in Ghent. That observatory is linked to the University Ghent. For family reasons, I did not get the chance to continue my studies, but all my life I've been interested in science, astronomy, and space flight in general. I am lucky to have been born at the age when space flights was in its pioneering days. So I'm born in 1956. As a little child, they could find me after sunset, staring at the stars and the moon. No idea why, but it made me dreams. It made me enthusiastic. I read books about those distant worlds, about galaxies, about our solar system, but also about Galileo, who discovered so much with a tiny telescope. He was not good at all, not a telescope as we know now. And then there was the race to the moon. We had, for the Americans, the Gemini project, the Apollo project, the Vostoks of the Russian. I am from the generation that could follow the moon landing live as a child on TV. I'm very happy with that. I couldn't know that years later, I would meet dozens of astronauts, including someone who walked on the moon. Now, let's make a jump of 40 years. That was my child. See that child? 40 years later, I had a family life, professional life, but astronomy remained my hobby all those years. In 2006, I became volunteer at the University of Ghent and the Public Observatory. So, building telescopes for individuals with the amateur telescope making group of our observatory. The name is Kijkerbouw. Kijkerbouw, that's telescope making. That's it. So the people who make a telescope, most of them were retired because they had time. So I had the idea to do the same with school, to involve schools in this. And this became the big success, not only in Belgium, my own country, but also in the Netherlands, also in France, and I had students everywhere. So we had a group, make telescopes, and we helped to make them the mirrors. So it were practically Newton telescopes to make it. So at the end of 2014, I got the idea to expand. Why? Well, the students we have at the university, students we have in the schools, there were students who have capacity to study. But there are in the world many children who have not the chance. So I want a telescope for children who were struggling with themselves, children with disabilities, go on. Children who rarely or never could see through a telescope. Listen, our Earth belongs to everyone. The sun and the moon are there for everyone, and the stars shine for everyone. Sterren schitteren voor iedereen. Yeah, wherever you are in the world. I wanted the telescopes to be free to the receivers, the institutions and schools, not especially for individuals. This was a very, very difficult task. The intention was that the telescopes were used for educational activities to communities. But good telescopes are expensive. And the aim of the project is to stimulate young people around the world, stimulating to think, to teach them love for science and astronomy. Astronomy is a very good tool for this. It's an extremely good tool for this. If you look at the moon through a telescope for the first time, and you see the craters of the moon, you see Jupiter, and you see the moons of Jupiter. Today here, a few days later at another place, this is wonderful. When you see the Orion Nebula, when you see Saturn with the ring, it's marvelous. And everyone must have the chance to do so. So, at the end of 2014, I met Harry Rutten, that's an astronomer, an amateur astronomer in the Netherlands. And he brought me in contact with Helmut Ebert, the CEO of Bresser, the Bresser company. Bresser company who make also a lot of telescopes. And Helmut introduced me to the refractors, at this time, 80-800, so a lens of 8 centimeter, 80 millimeter. And especially, we want to do it in Belgium, in Netherlands, England, and Germany. That's it. And at this moment, Helmut has told me, I give you 10 telescopes to start. We talk about at the end of 2014, project started in 2015. So we started with 10 telescopes, and 5 years later, we have already donated, over 200 telescopes to the project. So this is enormous, for free, yeah? But then there was also the problem. There had to be coaching for educational problems. And the stars, that's during the night. Sometimes it's during the day. So we needed also a solar filter. This could only be solved by asking people who were willing to do this. And it works. So we had the telescopes, but no assembly. So what we are with a telescope without an assembly. So I told you before, we had an amateur telescope making group. So the assembly was designed by my colleague, Guy Wolters. And together with my wonderful team, and I must say that I have a wonderful team, extremely good, Guy, Erik, André, and Philippe, we are with 5. This can be done in larger numbers. So we make 30, 50 assemblies through the year. It's a big project, but it's very expensive. It stays very expensive. Even we get the telescopes, it stays expensive because then there is the problem of the shipping all those telescopes. Yeah, when 1 or 2, it's not so bad. But when you talk about 30 telescopes a year, it's going to be very expensive. And we don't have that budget for it. Fortunately, there are many people who support the project with their own contributions, some of them for years. So we got something. But we must never forget that the start was not easy. Nobody knows about this project as SSVI. So I was looking for people who could support my idea. I knew Dirk Frimout. Dirk Frimout was our first Belgian astronaut. He took on the patronage of SSVI, Star Sign for Everyone. And after a few months, I was in contact with Professor George Miley. Then we come, University of Leiden, the founder of Universe Awareness. And he held a contest worldwide for countries in development to the world. And from then and until now, all telescopes and with Universe Awareness and IAU are involved are sent from Leiden University. Because they paid a lot of money to send all these SSVI telescopes. Without them, it would not be possible. Be aware of that. Under that impulse, I had the idea to start Science for Girls. And actually, it's the same project, but it allowed us to focus on education for girls. Astronomy for girls in countries where, or in groups, where this was not always obvious. Frank de Winne, our second astronaut and the director of the European Astronaut Center, he took the patronage of this project. Many astronauts have signed the telescopes, including Scott Kelly, and including also Charlie Duke. He went on the moon with Apollo 16. The project was promoted from the ISS by Alexander Gerst, German astronaut, and André Kuipers supported me in the Netherlands. So we have a team. Very important. Now it comes. Very important. I got to know Kees de Jager. I'm sure that nobody heard of them because the man is 99 years old, but he's a famous astronomer. He was years ago Secretary General from the International Astronomical Union. And he's still very active. And he brought me in contact with Professor Win van Deskoek and with him the same. So I met him for the first time in Brussels and Grimbergen, as we told before. And she was then president-elect of the IAU. I asked her to leave a short message for Science for Girls. And she did it so very enthusiastic. Maïssa, can I ask you to show the video fragment, please?
Yeah, Jean, you can start.
Okay.
Can you share your screen, Jean?
No, I showed you before I. Can you show the video? I have not here.
You don't have it.
So no. I sent it you the fragment. Can you?
Okay. Just hold on.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, I should have it somewhere in my Facebook. You sent it to me in Facebook, right?
Yes, and Messenger is YouTube fragment.
So since when it was founded, the SSVI project, Jean?
I sent it in Messenger 2 hours ago.
So it's a very young project.
You can find it?
Yeah, just hold on.
Yeah.
Because my connection is like working slowly. So yeah. Okay. You don't have the link, or
No, I don't have the link here. Maybe I will look for it.
okay. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but yeah, just on.
I send you this.
Okay, Jean, you can just continue, and at the meantime, I will work in the video because.
Okay. That's no problem.
Okay.
So, you will let me participate in IAU 100. There was a permanent cooperation for telescope competitions. Now, Telescope for All. the Office of Astronomy Outreach with Lina. And she let me participate in the IAU 100 celebration, Moon Landing 50. It has given a huge boost to the project. I got to know a lot of scientists who signed for the telescopes, and currently 6 Nobel Prize winners. Claire was on the moon again with Sylvain Boulet, University of Paris, and David Baratou, the University of Toulouse. There is also Astronomy Afrique magazine with Radio France International, to de la question. But last but not least, hugely important, there is a cooperation with Lina Kaas. We will do a lot of great projects together. I would like to mention that I will get a lot of signatures for this project, but I never collect any for myself. That's really true. I only have a few. From Ewin, 3 astronauts, and Charlie Duke, and André Kuipers. But those one of Charlie Duke, I gave it to a little girl. She was very happy with it. During this pandemic year, we also adapted to the circumstances as necessary. Every telescope will have an electronic eyepiece next year. And with Tunisian Association of Young Astronomers, with Maïssa, we have a first drawing and coloring contest that we started with the cooperation of Public Observatory Orion in the Netherlands. So with Marianne Pontier, who made the drawings. The second contest took place in Togo, and in January we will start with Bonterla in Cameroon. In 2021, this initiative may also come with the cooperation of the Astronomy Office Outreach. To make a conclusion, what you know is important, but who you know is maybe even more important. You learn to work together, to appreciate people, and that's actually what I and my whole team and everyone who supports us want to realize. Cooperations, setting up an educational project where it's needed to make people enthusiastic. That is why I would like to thank Maïssa very much for all her efforts for this meeting and for so many other things in which we work together. Also, everyone presented here, many thanks. Without you, a project as SVI doesn't make sense. At this moment, SVI is present in over 100 countries or over all continents. This can only be done with the help of a lot of people. And with the unconditional support of Brussels, of course, they give me what I ask for, always. The thing they ask in return is a meaningful project. Thanks to you. So I repeat my first words, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Jane, so much. And the video is ready, so I can start share it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start share my screen first. Okay, can you see my screen?
I can see.
Okay, so here is the video of Jean that he wants to show.
Bad connection.
My name is Mine van Nistelrooy and I'm President-elect of the International Astronomical Union. I hereby would like to stress the enormous importance of having good education, both at the basic level and at the more advanced levels, for all girls and boys throughout the entire world. After all, they are our future, and they, through good education, are the passports to a better society and also a more tolerant society. Astronomy can actually help in this regard. It can help in lowering the threshold towards the sciences and the technology education. One only has to look at the sky and see the wonders there of the stars, of the planets, maybe of entire galaxies, like the Andromeda Nebula. And that makes us wonder, really, what is our place in this universe? Where do we come from? what will be the future of our universe? And it's actually this kind of inspiration that through projects like Science for Girls, we are trying to bring to the younger generation and make them realize that we all live together under the same big sky.
So Jean, if you have some comments about the video.
No, I like it very much. I'm very grateful to Ewin to making this small video. That's it. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Jane, and thank you so much for all your support around the world for young astronomer children and everyone who really want to proceed with his or her astronomical activity. It's true, if you support a lot of people with your telescopes and you support a lot of people just for free because you just want to push them to the right way, to share science, to share the love of the sky, to share astronomy everywhere between kids and between children. From my point of view, first, I'm grateful for you because I also got my first telescope in life, not with my own money. It was from you. My first telescope, it was SSVI Telescope, and it was a huge surprise because
You deserve it.
Yeah, because I was really saving money, like cent by cent, to buy my first telescope. And then, one day I just went back home and I found a telescope. So if I'm grateful for someone, Jean, honestly, and to say the truth, I'm grateful for you, for all your support and for your amazing help for many people around the world. And you are doing that for free. You are not paying to do that. People should know that you are doing that with your own money, with your own project and with your own efforts. No one is helping you for this and no one is just paying you to do that. All of it is for free.
Well, I must say I do it for free, but we got the facilities of the university, of course. Mm-hmm. We have the public observatory who also spend money on this project because we must buy something, we must buy things, but the work of all volunteers is we do it all for free. That's right.
Thank you, Jean. By the name of the IAU, the Office of Astronomy Outreach in Tunisia, and by the name of all the NUCs in Tunisia, I would like to say thank you for all your support and all your help for all the people around the world. Thank you really so much.
You're welcome.
And by this, I finished the first part of the event, and we're gonna go right now to the participant or the SSVI telescope holder. And we're gonna start with Professor Ahlam Nudif, in which she can do
مساء الخير. ميسة. هلو. ميسة.
نعم مدام أحلام، عسلامة. نسمع
تسمع فيا؟ داكور.
نسمع فيا.
اوكي
مدام أحلام، نعملوا هكا دونك تحكي معناتها 5 دقائق وأنا نترجم. تحكي معناتها كي تحب توقف قل لي نترجم.
نو ميسة جو بريفير بالفكرة أنا نقول لك الفكرة بالعربي وأنت ترجمها بالإنجليزي وعندي باوربوينت حضرته أون باراليل.
باهي دونك كان تحب تعمل بارتاج ديكران أعمل. هاني باش نحطك.
أي أوكي.
So, Professor Ahlam, she is the director of the Astronomical Club of ENFIDHA, is a club in the college or higher school. And Professor Ahlam, she's a teacher and she's also the director of this club of young astronomer student. So what she's gonna do, she's gonna speak in Arabic and every part I'm gonna translate it for you in English. So Professor Ahlam, you can start. تفضل Madam Ahlam.
Thank you. مساء الخير. ميسة.
Hello everyone.
مساء الخير رئيس الاتحاد الدولي للفلك.
Hello to to the President of the International Astronomical Union.
مساء الخير لينا كناس.
Hello to Lina Kanas, the President of the OAO office in the IAU.
تحية إلى كل المشاركين في هذه المحاضرة.
Greeting for all the participants in this event.
نعم، وأبارك لهم حصولهم على تلسكوب.
And blessing for your winning to have a telescope.
وتحية إلى كل متابعي هذه المحاضرة من كل أرجاء العالم.
And greeting for everyone is following us and participating with us around the world.
أنا سعيدة جدا بالانتماء إلى هذه العائلة الفلكية العالمية.
I'm so happy to be part of this astronomical international family.
أعرف بنفسي.
I will present myself.
أنا الأستاذة أحلام لضيف.
I'm the teacher أحلام لضيف.
متحصلة على الأستاذية في الجغرافيا.
I have master degree in geography.
اختصاص علم المناخ والمورفولوجيا والجيولوجيا.
Specialty meteorology, geomorphology, and
climatology.
Yes.
وهاوية فلكية.
And amateur astronomer.
Yes. أعرف بالنادي.
I will present the club.
أسست النادي في المعهد الذي أدرس فيه.
I founded the club in the higher school where I'm teaching.
منذ 2017.
Since 2007.
هدفي في النادي نشر التوعية الفلكية في أوساط الشباب.
My objective is to share the astronomical culture among students and young people.
نعم. والتعمق في هذا المجال.
And merge in this field, the field of astronomy.
أنشطتنا متنوعة جدا.
Our activities is diverse.
ولا نرتبط بوقت.
And we are not linked to time. We do not have special time to work.
نرصد الظواهر الفلكية المختلفة.
We observe different diverse astronomical phenomena.
بالعين المجردة طبعا لا نمتلك تلسكوب.
With naked eyes because we don't have a telescope.
نتابع كل المحاضرات.
We follow all conferences and lectures.
نواكب كل الاكتشافات الجديدة.
We follow every modern and new discovery in astronomy.
نعم نواكب إطلاق الصواريخ.
We follow of spacecraft.
وأخبار رواد الفضاء في محطة الفضاء الدولية.
And the news of the astronaut in the International Astronomical Station.
Yes. ونشارك في كل المسابقات سواء الوطنية أو العالمية.
And we participate in all the activities and competition at the international and national scale.
كيفية الحصول على تلسكوب؟
So the question how we got a telescope, how we win a telescope.
في البداية الحصول على تلسكوب كان طموحي منذ الصغر.
To have a telescope, it was our objective, our main target since childhood.
حاولت شراءه في تونس لكن لم يكن موجود أبداً.
I tried to buy it from Tunisia, but we didn't find telescope there.
حاولت جلبه من عدة دول أخرى من فرنسا من إيطاليا لكن لم أتمكن من ذلك للأسف.
We tried to bring it from other countries like France or Italy, but we didn't succeed to bring a telescope from outside to our country.
تلقيت إيميل من الاتحاد يوم 2 مارس 2020 حول مسابقة النجوم تشع على الجميع.
2 March, the last year, I got email about an event called Stars Shine for Everyone.
فقررت أنا وفريقي المشاركة في هذه المسابقة.
Me and my team, we decided to participate in this competition.
إلا أن الأسبوعين الأولين من مارس كانت فترة امتحانات فلم نتمكن من كتابة الفقرة.
But the first 2 weeks of March, the last year, it was a period of exams, so we didn't succeed to write the proposal of the project.
ثم في النصف الثاني من مارس دخلت تونس كأغلب بلدان العالم في حجر صحي نتيجة الكوفيد-19. فتوقفت أنشطة النادي.
And then the next 2 weeks of March, as if many other countries around the world, we are in the lockdown for the COVID-19, and for this reason, all the activities of our club was stopped.
رغم ذلك قررنا المواصلة عن طريق التواصل عن بعد.
Besides that, we didn't stop. We decided to continue, and we decided to connect to each other from distance.
قسمنا الأدوار.
We shared tasks.
اطلعنا على أنشطة منظمة SSVI.
We looked for all activities of SSVI.
واتصلنا بالآنسة أسماء بن ضياف التي فازت بتلسكوب السنة الفارطة.
And we contacted the astronomer Asma Bidhief that she already won a telescope the last year.
فقدمت لنا نصائح ثمينة جدا.
So she gave them very interesting and good advices.
وبالمناسبة أقدم لها شكرا جزيل أسماء.
And by this, I'm sending her a good greeting and good warm greeting to Asma Bidhief.
ثم طلبنا منك ميسة المساعدة فكتبت رسالة التقدير.
And then we asked Maisa to some support, so she wrote a recommendation letter for us.
وأشكرك أيضا على ذلك.
And I would like to thank Maisa for that.
فقمنا بتجميع الأفكار وصياغة الفقرة باللغة العربية في البداية.
So we accumulate idea and then we wrote the proposal in Arabic first.
هنا أشكر كثيرا ابني سامر بن ميم طالب هندسة برمجيات الذي قام بترجمة الفقرة وقام بصياغتها بطريقة جيدة جدا وأتمنى له النجاح.
At this point, I would like to thank my son who helped a lot in translating from Arabic to English. شنو اسمه مدام أحلام؟
سامر بن ميم.
Summer bin Mim, that he helped me to translating and correct the English of the proposal.
نعم هو طالب هندسة برمجيات.
He is an engineering student at programming.
الإعلان عن النتائج.
The results of the proposal.
بقينا ننتظر النتائج بفارغ الصبر.
We were waiting results with patience.
حتى يوم 15 جوان.
Until 15 of June.
نعم. في صباح يوم 16 جوان تفاجأت برسالة من ميسة تخبرني بالفوز.
In the 16th of June, I got a message from Maisa telling me that I got a telescope.
نعم. اتصلت بكل تلاميذي بكل الفريق والتقينا في المعهد وقمنا بحفلة مصغرة وكانت فرحة عارمة.
I called all my students, all the group, and we meet immediately in the college and we make a party because we were so happy for that.
نعم فرحة عارمة لي ولفريقي ولكل المعهد.
It was an extreme happiness. It was more than happy. We were extremely happy for that news.
فشكرا كثيرا على إهدائكم لنا كل هذه الفرحة.
Thank you so much to give us all that happiness. Thank you so much.
مخططاتنا الآن بوجود التلسكوب.
Our future project and how we're gonna use the telescope.
ما زلنا إلى اليوم ننتظر وصول ميسا.
Until nowadays, we are still waiting the telescope to arrive.
سنمر من العين المجردة إلى الاحترافية.
We're gonna pass through naked eyes to professionalism.
سنرصد الكواكب والشمس والقمر.
We're gonna observe the planet, sun, and the moon.
سنلتقط الصور وننشرها على صفحة النادي.
We're gonna take pictures and we're gonna share it in the page of our club.
سنمكن كل التلاميذ من الرصد.
We're gonna allow every student to observe and use the telescope.
سنقيم سهرات فلكية ساحرة في كل مكان.
we're gonna organize an amazing and a fascinating astronomy observation at night, everywhere.
في النهاية
At the end,
شكرا جزيلا على كل ما تقومون به، ما تبذلونه من مجهودات جبارة لإرساء التلسكوبات في كل أنحاء العالم للنهوض بعلم الفلك، لإرساء الفرحة في كل مكان.
at the end, thank you so much for all your efforts and hard work to send the telescope everywhere in the world and help people and students to share science and astronomy around the world. Thank you for all of this.
يحيى علم الفلك.
Vive the astronomy, life for astronomy.
تحيا تونس.
Life for Tunisia.
حط علم تونس. شكرا ميسا.
Thank you everyone.
شكرا لكم جميعا على المتابعة.
Thank you everyone for your following and for your participating. I don't know, Jean, if you have really few words to say about that. Jean? Jean? So I think Jean is not here anymore.
Yes, I'm here. Of course, I'm here.
Yeah, I don't know, Jean, if you have some words to say about that.
Well, I wish to thank her. I wish to thank Mrs. Alem.
Yeah, Sri, you know, it's really deeply touching my heart. I know that this club in particular are starting from nothing. They do not have any telescope. They don't have anything. They are starting from zero. And Madame Ahlam, Professor Ahlam, she's really a very strong woman. She wants to support these kids. She wants to help them. She wants to give them the opportunity to be like any other kids around the world. So really to find this motivation, and really that's amazing of work, and what she's doing is just, I would like to say, it's just fascinating. It's like encouraging everyone around the world to just move on and they follow their dreams. They never thought they're gonna succeed to have telescope one day. So it's really,
that's why SSVI is for. SSVI just for people like that.
يا مدام أحلام، شكرا ألف شكر. وبالرسم معناتها نحييك، نعطيك قبعة، معناتها أنت إنسانة عظيمة، أنت معلمة عظيمة، أستاذة عظيمة، تخرج معناتها في أجيال، وأنت كيفاش معناتها اضطرت وتساند وتشجع في الصغيرات متاعك، في التلامذة متاعك، معناتها أبس ما نقول عليه أنت معناتها أستاذة عظيمة. هذه أقل حاجة معناتها نقولها عليك مدام أحلام.
لا شكر على واجب ميسا، وانت زاده نتمنى لك كل النجاح والتوفيق، وكل الفريق اللي معنا في المحاضره نتمنى ونحققوا ولو جزء من احلامنا وطموحاتنا، انه علم الفلك ينتشر اكثر في تونس، ونوادي علم الفلك ايضا تنتشر اكثر في تونس. شكرا جزيلا ميسا على هذه الفرصه التي اتحتها لي، الف شكر.
يعيشك يا مدام أحلام، ربي يخليك وربي يفضلك. Jean, when the telescope will arrive? Like around 2 weeks? Jean, your mic is closed.
sorry about that. Even has told me a few days before last Sunday that the telescopes were sending will leave Leiden. So I guess in 1 or 2 weeks, I hope that they arrive all. So it's very soon now.
Okay. Donc مدام أحلام معناتها التلسكوب ما عادش يزالوا يبطاو، قال لك معناتها جمعة وإلا ماكسيموم جمعتين نقربوا يوصلوا، خاطر بعثوهم الكل هما تاو.
إن شاء الله. كي يخلط نقول لك.
إن شاء الله. يعيشك مدام أحلام، ربي يخليك.
على خير.
يعيشك بسلامة مدام أحلام.
بسلامة.
Now from Tunisia, we're gonna go to Al-Hassan Wathala. Al-Hassan, you can start, and it's really a great pleasure to see you here today. Hi, Al-Hassan. Hello. How's it going? Your mic is closed.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, Maisa.
Hi.
Thank you very much for organizing this, and it's really a pleasure to be here. I'm just trying to share. Am I able to share my screen?
Yes, Al Hassan, you are. You can just click share screen and you can start.
Now I can. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Wathir Al Hassan. You can call me Watil. This is how they call me here. It's way easier. And it's my pleasure to be here. And it's an honor to be one of the SSVI Telescopes holders. So thank you very much for everyone helped to make this happen. I'm going to talk about the Sudanese Astroinformatics Annual School, which we call it SAS, on behalf of our team. And we'll start by the organizers. So the school is organized by myself and my colleague and very close friend, Tamadur Khalil. Tamadur Khalil is the lecturer at the Department of Astronomy and Meteorology. And he's very passionate about astronomy, actually. And I would like to take the chance to thank her very much for all her support and believing in this idea and helped me very much to make it happen. Before I go any further, I'm just going to give a brief introduction about astroinformatics. Why is it important? And what is it all about? So astroinformatics is basically a field of research that connects between astronomy and data science, which is basically applies the techniques and technology of data science to solve astronomical issues and problems. Such as like, the upcoming surveys from the different telescopes and satellites going to have to deliver a large amount of data, which make the traditional way of the inspection, classification, pre-processing not practical anymore. So we need kind of automatic tools to pre-process the data and to do kind of the usual tasks like classifications, like preparation. So this is about the astroinformatics. And just gonna, sorry. So I'm no longer able to switch the slides. What did I do wrong? No, it looks like I did something wrong now.
Try to hit.
I'm not able to switch the slides. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's no. Now I want to go back. Ah, yes, I see it here. Okay, my bad. Sorry for that. So what do we do at SAS? We basically give introduction and about the astroinformatics tools and what kind of skills are required for doing such related research. We also provide practical sessions for data analysis, data processing, and analyzing visualization for astronomical data. And we are open for grad and undergraduate students with special attention to females, basically to stimulate and encourage more females to pursue a career in astronomy and more especially in astroinformatics. And we were very successful actually in these particular aspects. Exactly, we provide training in Python, and especially Python for astronomy. How do we use Python to read and write astronomical images, data, catalogs? What type of data do we have in astronomy? How do we use like some of the astronomical software, such as the largely used one, DS9, for image processing? How do we prepare and explore the astronomical data? And we have the powerful Pandas Python package for that. And we also introduced machine learning and some use cases for machine learning in astronomy. And this year we had a special session for telescopes. So we had a session about the telescopes in general. What type of telescopes do you have? How does it work? And how do you use them? And thanks. I would like to thank Mr. Govinder from the IAU Office of Astronomy for Development for providing us with 6 Galilescopes actually to use for our activities at the school. So we had, this year we had mainly 2 activities. The first one was about assembling the Galilescopes that was provided by Mr. Govinder, which I really would like to thank him very much for that. And to use it then after for moon sighting activity, but it was kind of cloudy, so we didn't really do much. But now we have the new telescopes actually from the SSVI, and I'm very excited and can't wait for next year to have a very unique practical session for astrophotography using the 8-inch Newtonian reflector telescopes and the refractor telescope as well. And the students are so excited and waiting for the telescopes to arrive home. I have it here in Poland yet, but I didn't send it to Khartoum because we have, some issues shipping them. So I have to be with them to get it to the country. The sponsors and partners that we support us were mainly sponsored by the Institute of Space Research and Aerospace, and the Documentation and Scientific Information Center, which I like to thank very much. And also the Department of Astronomy and Meteorology at the Omdurman Islamic University. We do really thank very much their generous support and motivation and helping in all the aspects for organizing the school. But more special, our thanks and appreciations goes to Prof. Ewin for the quick response actually and helping out. She immediately put me in contact with Lina Canas and Jean, and they really helped us as much as they can. I didn't expect actually to have 1 telescope instead of 2. Now we have an 8 Newtonian and a reflector and a reflector one. So thank you very much. And I would like to thank also Dr. Kevin Govinder for the 6 Galilescope he provided us early this year. And I would like to thank Professor Mu'taman Mirghani, the Director of Institute of Space Research and Aerospace, and also Engineer Yasser Idris, the researcher at the Institute as well, and helped us very much with the first school in 2019 and again in 2020 as well. And also the Director of the DISC, Dr. Nasruddin, which he hosted the 2019 and 2020 school at the computer laboratory at their institute. And I'd like also to thank Mr. Ismail Abdullah. He's the head of the Department of Astronomy and Meteorology at the Omdurman Islamic University. So thank you very much, everyone. We really appreciate your help, and we definitely going to have a very unique school next year with the new telescopes, and hopefully the pandemic will be gone already. So there will be no restrictions for all the activities that we're planning to have. Thank you very much for allowing me to give this speech and to be here. It is an honor to be one of this family. And thank you very much, myself, for organizing this again.
Thank you so much, Al Hassan. It was a very amazing presentation, and yeah, I'm really looking forward for all your activities and also to collaborate together with your school, and also for future activities online, or maybe one day we're gonna meet in Africa. So from Al Hassan, we're gonna go to Nicaragua with Emilio. Hi, Emilio. Hi, Emilio. So you can start. Emilio, we cannot hear you very well. We cannot hear you.
Okay, how about now? Okay.
Yeah, now we can.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. So you can start.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, hello everybody. Good morning from Nicaragua. My name is Emilio Zúñiga. I am another colleague and friend from has been one of the winners and beneficiaries of the SSVI Telescope. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I have to tell you to see you all gather here. Thank you so much, Maisa, for this idea. It's really amazing to see everybody together and talking about our experiences and how we are promoting science in our communities, in our cities, everywhere. And now we have this benefit of this telescope now that we are using in order to promote science and also promote astronomy. We are, as I told you, I am from Nicaragua. I belong to a association of amateur astronomers in a city located, which name is León. We also, similar like you, we also promote science. How do we do it? Well, by doing public outreach. Let me try to share the screen. Okay. To explain it. Let me see this. I don't know if you can see it. I guess you can see it.
Yeah, we can.
So we were, okay, that's cool. How we were founded in 2014. Well, this is our logo. How do we promote astronomy science? Well, first of all, we started doing it by doing astronomy free public outreaches, encouraging to kids and to the public to observe the skies, especially the moons, the planets, and any special event that we consider important or relevant, and try to share experiences. Also, try to encourage people to be closer to science. So one of the benefits, as you can see in the pictures, has been for the telescopes. But we're doing it first of all by doing this. All of these activities, they are free. We don't collect money for it. So we're doing solar outreaches during the day, also at night. And we try to attend special events like eclipses or whatever we consider relevant. We try to visit universities. We try to visit schools, try to bring free talks to the public, and try to tell them about the importance of science, the importance of astronomy. These are pictures about schools, as you can see, but also try to go to different places, different sites across the country, and try to visit for free this school and encourage kids to be involved of it. So this is how we do it. We also go to, like as you can see, beaches, the beach. And now, this is what we used to do in the past. When I say the past, I am referring about before the pandemic. Now, since we finished the pandemic, and I'm going to start sharing this, we start to move a little bit different because we have, similar like you, I know that you also have done it, we stopped these activities. We postponed it because of the pandemic. So in that moment, we were like, okay, what we're gonna do now? We cannot do this anymore. So how we are gonna do it? We're gonna stop these activities, or we're gonna do talks, or we're gonna do online talks, and that's what we have been doing since the pandemic. So we have been inviting people across the world. Jean-Pierre was one of our guests. He was telling how this project, this amazing project about. Also, we have been inviting people from the region, from Mexico and other regions, in order to share the experiences about how to promote science and how they are doing it also in their communities. But before getting into this, before let me try to tell you how we won this telescope. We were part of one of the best projects of let me try to share the screen once again. Share screen. Okay. So as everybody knows, last year, the International Astronomical Union was celebrating the century of the anniversary of the 100 years of being founded. So we were participating in one of the activities that was called the 100 Hours of Astronomy. That was the first program of the year. And one of the prizes was about to win 10 telescopes across the world. So we were involved of it, we participated in, and once we got the news, the notice, we were noticed that we were one of the winners of this telescope. As you can see here, when the winners were announced, so we were one of the 10 beneficiaries in the country, across the world, sorry. And so that was really amazing. We were so excited about it because when we realized about not only just being a telescope, but also this was included also the signature of astronauts and the president, the current president of the IAU. So we were really excited. So we were involved in this, and we won the telescope, we received the telescope, and we immediately start to use it in order to promote the science. So I'm gonna stop sharing, and I'm going now this one. I want to share now, let me try with this. Well, I guess you can see it. So this was of the events, the 100, that's why you can see the logo, the 100 hours of astronomy. So we started using it immediately and try to, and many people they got more excited when they realized, when we told them about the winning of this telescope. So we started using it immediately and try to continue. This is another added value we received from SSVI, and people got excited about it. Now we are currently still using it. We are waiting for this pandemic to be finished soon, as soon as possible. I hope, because we are desperate now to continue doing these activities that you are seeing right now. This is a picture where I am explaining to the public about the different signatures, and they, at the first time they don't believe us. They say, how do you get it? And so when we try to tell them about this amazing project and how we try to give them the links and extra information about it, they say, wow, that's pretty cool. Even more when they realize that this is not in our country, Nicaragua, is not only included as a beneficiaries, but also it is across the world. So they like it, they love it, and that's how we do it also. Like I told you, let me see, try to continue sharing streams. These are, once we got the telescope, which our main task was to try to recognize the different astronauts that signed our telescope. So as you can see, these are the telescope, and another one is, this is the online talk we had, a special guest, Jean-Pierre, a couple of months, I guess, 3 months ago. And he was telling us about, hey, Jean-Pierre, I'm very glad to see you, buddy. So he was telling us, he was describing how the project was created, how he has been helping us across the world, and the different projects in the future. We hope to see, as far as I know, this project continues next year, and that's pretty cool because more people are going to be the beneficiaries of this project. That's amazing. So the other topic is, let me see, stop sharing. But we were not the only one beneficiaries in my country. There is another colleague, another friend of us, as you can see, he is part of this talk. He's Carlos Trujillo. He is from Chinandega. He belongs to another astronomy association. They also are doing an amazing job in the country because they are identifying different amateur astronomers, and they are also using this telescope, and they are implementing a lot of activities. Maybe Carlos can tell us about it in And also we have 2 telescopes in this country now with 2 associations who are working together and by their own and implementing these activities. And that's very cool. So now I can see the light at the end of the tunnel that related to the pandemic. I guess the vaccines is going to be distributed next year. So what is next? What are we gonna do now when we overcome this situation related to the pandemic? Well, now we have identified technology. It's amazing. It's amazing to use it. It's great to use it. So we now, because of the pandemic, we have identified that we can also implement education. We could also implement astronomy science by using technology. And this is one of the reasons. As you can see, we are all gathered together right now from different sites across the world. And now we are talking about our experiences. And this kind of idea, we have to continue it. We have to continue with these activities because more people are getting more involved about it, not only from our country. When we are implementing our activities in our community, that's very cool. That's really awesome because we are getting connected with the people. We are communicating what we know, and we are also promoting science, face-to-face science, on-site. But also, this is quite relevant as well. By using technology and doing online talks, by doing online activities, that's very cool because our scope goes beyond. We cross the borders. Many people from different sites across Latin America, they are now contacting us because of these online activities. And I'm pretty sure that it's quite similar for you if you are doing these activities as well. So once we finish this pandemic, I want to encourage all of you, friends, colleagues, to do this kind of activity as well, because our scope is going to be wider and more people are going to get involved of it. So if we're continue doing online activities, if we continue trying to mix this activity along with on-site activities in our communities, sharing the telescope, telling or describing our experiences is going to be amazing. So people, they're gonna love it. They're gonna love a lot this kind of events. And also we're gonna try to, in our case, we're gonna try to mix in 2021, we're gonna try to implement, to continue and retake this activity, but obviously using the telescope, the SSVI Telescope, because people love to see it. People love to get information about the telescope. People love to get information about it. And so when we are doing this and also doing these activities, that's pretty cool. And that's what I have to tell you. And that's what I want to share with you. I know you are doing also an excellent job in your communities, in your clubs, in your schools, wherever you are. I know you feel the passion as well to communicate science. So let's try to take advantage of also about technology and try to continue doing this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Emily. You are, like always, a source of motivation and encouragement. One of the things that I really like about Emily, like he never give up. Always work. Whatever pandemic, without pandemic, we just need to do science. We need to do astronomy. We need to advance with humanity, with also education and science. So now from Emilio, I'm gonna fly to Morocco, and this time with Mehdi Saadi. So Mehdi, you can start.
Hello.
Hi, Mehdi Saadi. He's amateur astronomer,
Hi.
young and motivated astronomer from Morocco. You can start, Mehdi.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Jean-Pierre and Maita on this meeting, and the president of the International Astronomic Union, and Lena Canas. And so I am Mehdi Saidi, president of the ASIF Astronomy Club and a member of the ASIF National Association for Future and Awareness. I won a telescope for this year. And one of the main priorities in my life is my voluntary activity in ASIF National Association for Culture and Awareness. And this association does locate in my region that exists in the southern Morocco, that the region of Tisnit. It is concerned with the childhood and the youth and the woman. It is focuses on cultural and social workshops that help locals in different ways. And I have a passion to apply my knowledge and the skills related to my scientific training. And for my project, astronomy is open to everyone with a target southern Morocco and precisely the Tiznit region in the mountains of the Little Atlas in partnership with a group of association. For example, in Ait Bunuh and Tefraut, Ait Mansour, and Tasirit and Aal. And it will be the first meeting with the children of this region, I think next month. I wish that. And a tip for writing a proposal is to suggest new ideas for using a telescope. And I will share with you a short video. Okay, Maisa?
Yeah, Mahdi, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, let's start. Okay, start. Hello. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Al Mahdi, for the nice video about your club and about your activity. And from Morocco, we're gonna go to a Sheikh Mohammed, if he is present and you want to say something. Sheikh, are you here?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hi. You excuse me, I cannot activate the video. I have bad internet. Thank you very much, Mesa, for the nice organization.
Yeah, Sheikh, he said that from yesterday that he gonna have very bad connection and he really cannot share his power.
Yes, rapidly I present the activity of our Mauritania Association for Astronomy rapidly.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Sheikh. Yeah. You can go forward. You can move on for if you want to talk. Yeah,
Yes.
we can see your screen.
Yes.
Okay.
You
All
will
right.
see.
All right. Yeah. All right. We can see your screen.
Yeah.
You can start.
Yeah. Rapidly I present the activity of our Mauritania Association for Astronomy. Thank you for Mesa for the nice organization, and thank you Jean-Pierre SSVI project and Lina. I present do an activity in 2020 9 sky observation in Mauritania in Nouakchott for the children. Participation in the moon again in 2019. This is a picture of the organization observation in Nouakchott. I am now in Mauritania. I see you soon. We are preparing an activity for astronomy in Nouakchott. Thank you very much, Mesa. You excuse me, I have a bad internet. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheikh. Thank you for your time and for your effort to be with us today. I know that it's really difficult for you to connect to internet and to be with us for some internet issue, but at least you tried. So thank you so much, my friend, for all your support, and thank you to be with us as a part of the SSVI Telescope holder meeting today. And from Sheikh Wood
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my friend. And from Sheikh Ouled Muhammad, I will go to Panama with Joaquin Zurdo, in which he's gonna do his presentation in Spanish language, and Emilio, he will help him in the translation. So Joaquin, you can start.
Joaquín, ¿estás ahí? Ya puedes comenzar.
Sí, no me deja compartir pantalla.
Ok, solo tienes donde dice Share Screen en la parte en verde, en la parte de abajo, tienes que darle clic. I'm just trying to explain how to share the screen to Joaquín right now.
Yes.
Solo tienes que
Dice que el anfitrión inhabilitó la función de compartir la pantalla.
He's saying that he's not allowed right now to share the screen because you need to allow him.
Yeah, I need to make him co-host. Okay, make co-host. It should work right now.
Ya está trabajando, Joaquín. Ahora sí, revise.
Sí, correcto.
Okay, let's go.
Buenas tardes, doctora Winnie Bandichoy, Lina Cana, Jean-Pierre y Maisa.
Ok, Joaquín, puedes comenzar y puedes solamente hacer una pausa para que yo pueda ir traduciendo lo que vas diciendo. Hablas un poco y me permites traducirles.
Mi nombre es Joaquín Zurdo, de Panamá.
Continue. My name is Joaquín Zurdo from Panama.
Soy docente, estudiante de arquitectura, aficionado de la astronomía.
¿Puede continuar?
Trabajo en conjunto con mi hijo Jair Zurdo, de 12 años, que cursa el 6º grado de primaria y es un aficionado y divulgador de la astronomía.
Okay, le traduzco. Well, the profession of Mr. Joaquin he's a teacher. He is a current student of architecture. He is also an amateur astronomer. He works along with his little kid, Jair Zurdo. He is 12 years old, and right now he's the primary school, but also he is an amateur and a promoter of astronomy science, as you can see in the picture. Continúa.
Ok, un breve antecedente de nuestro trabajo.
This is the background of his job.
Durante el 2017 se inicia nuestra actividad con la CENACIT, que es la institución encargada de la enseñanza de ciencias espaciales en Panamá.
Okay, they started in 2017 with the CENACIT, is the National Secretary of Science and Technology in the country. Okay. Okay.
Durante estos años, el niño siente una gran curiosidad por la ciencia y la astronomía y empezamos pues entre él y yo a realizar diferentes actividades y talleres dentro de la escuela.
Okay, so the kid has been a really, for the past few years, his kid has been very passionate about astronomy and science. And since that, they started to implement different workshops and activities related to astronomy. Okay.
Durante una participación de un curso NACE, conozco personalmente a la doctora Madeleine Rojas, que es la que dirige el proyecto, y es allí donde empiezo a conocer entonces la actividad de la Unión Astronómica Internacional.
Okay, during the NASA course, he met a person named Madeleine Rojas, and she, thanks to this NASA, he started to know related to the different activities promoted by the International Astronomical Union.
Empiezo a desarrollar actividades que eran muy didácticas y sencillas, lo empiezo a desarrollar con los estudiantes tanto en la casa como en las escuelas.
So he started to implement teaching activities related to astronomy, but these activities were located in his at home, sorry, and also at the schools.
Haciendo actividades didácticas con los estudiantes, entonces llegó el momento de hacer nuestra propuesta conmemorando los 50 años del alunizaje, proyecto de la Unión Astronómica Internacional.
To celebrate the 50 years of landing, he started to make his proposal, to prepare his proposal. Thanks to this activity of the 15 years of landing, he's prepared the proposal to participate during the telescope contest.
No teníamos instrumento en el instante. Fue de gran emoción recibir la noticia y decidimos participar con nuestras propuestas.
So at that moment, they didn't have any kind of equipment to implement activities. So when they were announced, they were one of the winners. So they were really excited about it.
En nuestra propuesta,
pueden ir a la
dijimos que nos presentamos.
Para explicarles el slide, lo que dice ahí. Okay, so.
Okay. En la propuesta.
Okay, voy a explicarle a ellos el slide, lo que dice ahí. Okay. What was the proposal? What was the proposal about? We'll try to translate what the slide. Well, the proposal was about to prepare a school presentation, school activities, and try to integrate and add kids from in different sites across the country. Also, part of the proposal was to implement observations and share these observations and promoting along with kids and students. Try to use also the telescope in an educational level, and also, according to this, try to promote and foster astronomy science. Ahora sí, Joaquín, puede ir al siguiente slide.
Ok, una vez recibido la noticia y el telescopio, iniciamos nuestras actividades como presentación escolares, presentación a las universidades, toma de fotografía o astrofotografía y charla expositiva sobre el telescopio.
Okay, so as you can see in this slide, he got a certificate of the winning entry. So once they received the telescope, they started immediately to implement educational activities in different sites, especially in schools, and try to also take photographs, practice astrophotography, and his kid started also to bring talks to different levels, as you can see in the pictures. ¿Puede continuar, Joaquín?
En mi forma original de trabajo había creado un club en el 2017 para desarrollar actividades y talleres presenciales con los niños y los estudiantes.
Okay, he started before this winning the telescope. He started to create and found an astronomy club in order to promote science along with kids and different people. As you can see, this is the logo. You can see the logo of the club, and also by promoting science in 2017 by using social networks, and also as you can see, different talks. Online talks. ¿Ok, Joaquín?
Cada de pandemia tuvimos que reinventar y entra mi hijo en acción como el que opera y maneja la parte tecnológica de las redes.
Wow. Thanks to the pandemic, his kid started to use social media and try to get involved with talks promoted by his kid, 12 years kid, promote science and promote astronomy by implementing online talks. That's what as you can see in the pictures. Okay, Mr. Joaquín?
Buenas tardes, yo soy Jair Zurdo, yo soy el hijo de Joaquín Zurdo. Yo creé por primera vez mi canal de YouTube que se dedicaba a astronomía y me motivó todas las actividades que yo realizaba con los niños.
Okay, Jair, permíteme. The voice we are listening right now is the voice of Jair. Jair Zurdo, the kid. Now, when he received the telescope, because of the pandemic, Mr. Jair, he created his own YouTube channel, and also implement online activities by his own. Okay, Jair, continúe.
Bueno, también he podido, gracias a la creación de mi canal, he podido divulgar la ciencia a través de un canal de televisora nacional llamado Hacer TV, en el que yo realizo segmentos para que todos los niños puedan conocer acerca de ciencias astronómicas.
Perfecto, excelente, Jair. So, thanks to this, he created YouTube channel. Now he is currently he's participating in national TV, where he has a space in order to promote and explain about astronomy science at a national level in a local TV. Okay, vamos.
Sí, lo importante es que en la pandemia no nos podíamos detener con la divulgación de la ciencia y la astronomía.
Well, during the pandemic, it was not possible for them also to stop. So they have to innovate and create new forms to promote astronomy. New methods to
actividades futuras de nuestro club. Tenemos para el mes de febrero presentarnos personalmente en una zona rural de la ciudad, que sería aquí de Panamá, un área muy alejada de la ciudad donde no existe electricidad.
Okay, so what about the future activities? Well, the future activities are different. For example, in next February, they will go to the rural area, which is really far away from where they live, and when there is not electricity as well.
Y en la ciudad de Panamá tenemos ya confirmado una presentación a un grupo de niños y de fundaciones que trabajan con niños.
So in the capital city, Panama, so they are also they have appointed a presentation with kids and with different kids when they will speak about astronomy.
Por parte de Yair, él seguirá divulgando y presentándose en el espacio que le brinda la televisora aquí a nivel local, y yo seguiré planificando actividades a través de Zoom. Dependerá mucho de cómo vaya transcurriendo el tiempo.
Okay, beside of these activities about the future ones, Mr. Yair will continue working on the national TV promoting science with more kids. In the case of Mr. Joaquin, he will continue planning more online activities by using the Zoom platform.
Consejo para escribir una propuesta de divulgación. Puede leerlo, Emilio.
Okay, so this is some advices to how to write a proposal to promote astronomy. Okay, we should keep updating ourselves with activities local and international level. Always working and adding kids, adolescents, and adult people in the case they are necessary. Register our activities, try to plan more events, and with this way we will have more choices to prepare proposals, and so many times try to also implement workshops in order to I can see because of the chat the rest of the okay, try to implement more workshops during the school time. Mr. Joaquín.
Bueno, para concluir, el alcance que tiene los trabajos que hacen ustedes, creo que no se puede medir. No se puede medir porque llega tan lejos donde ustedes no tienen idea.
Okay, we can relate it to our scope about the different activities we implement. Well, they cannot be measured because it goes really beyond as we expected. So that is the
Me siento contento de ser. Me siento contento por ser parte de una familia que, aunque estamos separados por la distancia, unidos por el cielo. Muchas gracias, abrazo y un saludo caluroso desde Panamá a todos ustedes.
Excelente, Joaquín, muchas gracias. Okay, so he feels really excited, feels really happy to be part of this. Despite of being separated because of the distance, we are all together because of the Skypes. So he wants to say thank you so much to everybody to be part of this amazing project. This, I guess I'll terminar, Joaquín.
Sí, correcto. Sí.
Perfecto, Joaquín, muchas gracias. So Mr. Joaquín has finished his talk.
Wow, just wow. That's what I could say. Thanks so much, Joaquin Zurdo from Panama. And that's really show how with the small things we can do a lot of things. To see kids at that age and doing lectures and conference online is just fascinating. At that age and doing that is just so fascinating. And yeah, thank you so much, Zurdo, for all the efforts that you are doing to share astronomy and science. I don't know, Jean-Pierre.
Can I translate that?
Yeah.
Mr. Joaquín? Okay, Mr. Joaquín, Maisa está diciendo ahorita de que es impresionante.
Emilio, we cannot hear you. Hello, Emilio. Okay, Jean-Pierre, if you have something ready to add about that, what is your point of view after what did you see? For me, I'm really fascinated. How kids at that age, they can do all of that. How a kid of 12 years old, he can just go take his dad and his telescope, go to the school and organize event for other kids. So what kind of comment could you give, Jean-Pierre?
Incredible. It's just incredible to see that. It's just wonderful. I met it once in the Netherlands. It was also a little girl of 10 years old, and she gives lectures of black holes. So when you see a kid, 10, 11, 12 years old, who do this, here also in Panama, yeah, what he does, so I know his channel. I know it. I looked, his father have also sent me some movies of him. It's a wonderful job. I have no words for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very correct. It's so fascinating.
It's fascinating. That's what you can say.
Yeah. So then from Panama, we're gonna go to Cameroon. I don't know if Roland Nduch, he is here. He was just here. I think he's facing some problem in connection. Roland, can you hear us? Okay, I think he's not here. So we're gonna skip Roland, go to the bestest for the last. So we're gonna arrive to Yumna Majid, the amazing astronaut around the world. And I really didn't got the opportunity to meet her yet, but I'm sure we're gonna meet one day, me and Yumna, and we're gonna fly in the moon together. Yumna, I didn't got the honor to meet you in person, but I heard a lot about you. I see a lot about your activities and with your work with your project Exploration by Yumna, and also your activities with kids, and it's so amazing. Yumna, you are a fascinating person and woman in astronomy and science, and I really got the honor today to meet you and to see you. So I will leave you the words and you can start.
Hi, Captain Yumna.
Hi. Hi. How are you, everyone? It's so good to see you, Jean. It's so good to see you. Hi. So, yes, my 15 minutes would be kind of interactive. First of all, I really want to thank you, the president of IAU and Lena Canas and Mr. Jean Perry, for providing us this platform where we can come together and talk about our journeys in space education in our own countries. So, just a little bit introduction for other people. My name is Yumna Majid, and I am a medical lab technologist. I recently graduated as a medical lab technologist, and I selected this degree for the love of genetics, which was my second biggest passion. My first biggest passion was to become an astronaut, and I couldn't select it as a career because there is no scope of it in Pakistan. There is no astronaut program in Pakistan, and I was afraid of maths. I was bullied in my school, in my family, or with friends, just for the reason that I told them I want to become an astronaut. They told me this is something very impossible. I was very demotivated, but when I grew up and get admission in a medical college, I had this plan that I have to do something regarding space education in Pakistan. So in 2016, I was 18 years old when I started a space awareness campaign, which is now called Exploration by Yumna. And it is a registered space education social enterprise. I had a lot of difficulties, a lot of struggles where I had no funding. I worked for completely for free for 3 years. I offered all my services for free. And it was 2018 when for the first time I won a telescope from Starshine for Everyone. I was a student ambassador at Universe Awareness, and they were collaborating with the organization of Jean Perry, Starshine for Everyone. And I am very, very lucky that my telescope is signed by astronaut Scott Kelly as well, with my name. And I have a video of it. So that was the moment when I thought that Jean Perry has actually fulfilled my dream. It was one of my biggest dream to get something from an astronaut. Like there are only 600 or approximately 600 people who have been to space, and I think every astronaut is my favorite astronaut. Everyone who has been to space is my favorite astronaut. I was listening to one of the presentations where this lady was discussing how difficult it was to get a telescope inside the country. I faced similar conditions. First of all, the custom officers told me that you are a medical student and we cannot give you the telescope, despite the fact that the telescope had my huge name on it. And when I showed them some documents and some certificates that I teach astronomy to little kids and I go to different schools, they told me the telescope is a sort of terrorism tool and we are not allowed to ship it inside the country or hand it over to any common citizen. So it was a very tiring process. After the year, I got another telescope from 100 years of International Astronomical Union celebration. I was very happy to receive one other telescope because my work was getting bigger and bigger. Having a telescope really helped me to reach out to more people, and I started to visiting nearby cities, and I used to place my telescopes in different schools. Kids used to come and see. But again, the shipment of telescope is still very difficult in Pakistan, that even if I am ordering a binocular or only you can say the solar glasses, the specially made glasses that we are used to observe the eclipse. So I am not even allowed to order these glasses over here. So 4 years ago, I had a bunch of those solar glasses and I'm out of that stock now. And I am really worried, how can I get more of them, and I want to distribute them among the students. During the pandemic, there was a solar eclipse, which was very clearly visible in Pakistan, and I actually mailed the solar glasses to kids because I could not conduct a public or any sort of outreach event for them where they could come and look at the eclipse from my telescope. So yes, getting things in some countries is really very difficult, but I am still so thankful to Jean, who keeps motivating me, to all these people from different countries who keep telling me that your work is worth it and you should never give up. I think the only key to this procedure is determination and the grit. If we give up, it would completely be impossible to get these telescopes in the country. And I think people like us are the resource of getting astronomy in our own regions. So yeah, okay. I'm getting this notification for, like, I don't know who is this. I'm sorry. Yeah. And yeah, another part was 2 years ago. 2 years ago I was working for free, but as I mentioned that my organization is a social enterprise now. I don't know how many of you are running your organizations as a social enterprise, but I would love to share this model with you guys that I had started charging the schools and the kids who can actually afford and pay for my workshops. From the revenue that I generate from over there is entirely spent on the kids who are from orphanages, from underprivileged areas. And the money is also sent on a very new project of mine, which is very interesting. I will give you guys a sneak peek of it after that. And I think if any of you can do that in your country, that would be amazing, especially in this pandemic. And 2 years ago, when I thought that I should stop working for free, I started seeking for some grants. I came across the educational grants, which are offered by International Astronomical Union. But time was not in my favor. I lost my dad during the application time, and the deadline was passed, and I thought that I might quit entire astronomy thing after my dad. So I skipped it. I couldn't do it even after I restarted my work. But this pandemic gave me another chance, and I applied to one of the COVID grants of IAU. And this year I got it, this COVID grant. This is a small grant for astronomy outreach, and I am translating a space magazine in Urdu language for kids. Once the book is printed, it will be distributed among deserving kids. They will be sent. Oh, we have same chance, Jean. Such a cute coincidence. That's great.
Sorry about that.
This is great. So yeah, so the book will be distributed among the students who all across the Pakistan who are really deserving, who cannot understand English and who do not have internet access. Because in Pakistan, there are still many places where students cannot take online classes because they do not have internet signals in their entire region, which sounds very, I know will sound very conservative or very somehow Stone Age type in the era we live in, but there are still people who may not even have a television at their homes, not even internet signals, and there are no resources from the kids especially who can learn something, and they have no online education system. So I have started receiving notes and email addresses and mailing addresses from the teachers and schools where I can send this magazine and distribute among the students who can study something about space in the pandemic. And the best part is the area where there are no signals of internet are basically the most famous areas of Pakistan, and they are famous for tourism and the beauty of the night sky. They have amazing night sky. I have never ever seen any prominent constellation in the city I live in, but if I go up there, the sky over there is pretty clear that you can see the Milky Way with your naked eyes, and you can see shooting stars, like 2 to 3 shooting stars in 5 minutes. So I think it's the best way to inspire the kids living over there. And yeah, and in the end, I would just like to say that you guys can see my work on my social media accounts. That is at the rate exploration by Jumna. That's on Facebook as well as on Instagram. And now I'm about to show you just a sneak peek of the recent project, which I was actually doing while listening to your presentations as well. And it would be really amazing if you guys can do that as well. Just give me a second. I will just pick it up and I will come back. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, take your time. Yumna, we are here.
Yeah, so I'm back. So all of these things, that's the big bundle. These are space mails. I love writing handwritten notes to kids, and whenever I come across any kid or a parent on the internet who tell me that their kid is crazy about space and there are no places in Pakistan where their kids can learn about space, there are no TV shows, and astronomy is not being taught at their schools, I ask them for their home address and I send them like one of this mail which is customized for each kid. All these like I have recently started properly doing this, but I have been doing this for past 2 years. What's inside them? This is the educational material that I have been receiving from different organizations I work with. It includes Universe Awareness, which is a partner organization of IAU. It is based in Netherlands. So each of this packet has a handwritten note to motivate and inspire the kid that you can do whatever you dream of and you can learn astronomy and you can become an astronaut or an artist or whatever you want. Each of this packet for now has this book that is Ada's Adventure in Science, that is made by Lascomber's Observatory. Yeah, here it is. I don't know how many of you know this, but I got these books some 2 years ago. It was a funded project by IAU, I guess, and then it has a sticker of the same book. And I love collecting such space goodies for kids because they love space stationery, and that's a very good way to connect them. So this is just a bookmark which has a planet over it. Kids can use it, and that's for marketing purpose, and kids love stickers. So that's the sticker of my organization, and cards where people can connect me. And I just love doing this because in pandemic, I have sent a lot of parcels to kids and to some elder kids as well, like the kids who are in their late teens. And I have received amazing response. For little kids, their parents are taking their photos and sending me video messages where kids are very excited about the material they have received from me. And I think it's not important to include something very big in the parcel. You can just get solar system theme or moon theme or anything. Just get them printed over a sticker sheet and cut them, put in the packet, put a letter, and just mail them. Yes, the fund you will need, that would be for the shipment money. The of course the courier takes the money, and I accommodated because, as I mentioned earlier, that Exploration by Yumna is a social enterprise, and I pay the people who can actually pay for my workshops. So I have a little amount of revenue that I generate, and that money is easily used for the courier charges of these, and they are really, really worth it in my case. I don't know how many of you can do this, but I love doing this, and it would be great to know if any of you want any other ideas. You guys can reach me out on social media and ask me about ideas that how can you do this in your capacity. And I always have tons of ideas going in my mind, but it's very difficult to do all together because my organization is a one-woman army. I do not have any team. Like, there's literally nobody to help me, and I have to manage my life as well. So, but yes, I'm trying my best, and pandemic has given me time that I can write a lot of notes and pack a lot of bundles for kids. It's very nice meeting you all virtually. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yumna, so much. You are always fascinating. And then we're gonna pass to Cameroon with Roland. So Roland, you're gonna talk about your club and the story of how
sorry, Maisa, can just ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I want to ask Yumna a question. Maybe it's not really a very relevant question, but it's something that I face every day. So Yumna, regarding the flat earthers, I know it's just funny thing, but they case me like personally all the time. They try to confuse me with the ideas, and I don't know how do you respond to that. Do you kind of teach the kids something in how to respond to their very smart ideas and evidences, or you don't care about this at all?
I'm so sorry, I didn't get your question.
I'm talking about the flat earthers. I'm talking about the flat earthers, the people that they believe Earth is flat.
Flat Earth?
Yes. No.
No, so sometimes I have never received this sort of question from kids. Kids of this era are very smart. Like students in my session, they are telling me about dark matter and black holes. But I have received the flat Earth question as well as fake moon landing question from a lot of adults. Like old people, they have their mythical conceptions. Those who believe in conspiracy theories, they are the exactly same people who think that coronavirus is man-made and it's not for real and it's fake somehow. So the best response is the science actually proves it. Like, you can give them a lot of scientific fact that Earth is not flat, and you can. I think since this pandemic is happening and we are maintaining social distancing, if anyone from now on, if anyone is coming to you and telling you that Earth is flat, tell them that if Earth was flat, then you might have fallen out of Earth because Earth is flat, right? So if Earth is flat, maintaining the social distance, a lot of people would have been jumped out of the plate of planet Earth, I guess. So there are countless scientific proofs, and the best way another way is there is an astronaut, I cannot remember his name, but he has described in his video very perfectly that how Earth is not flat. So I think you can you can search it on YouTube, and you can put subtitles of the language of your country, and then you can share the link with the other people that this is someone who has been to space, and he is telling us that Earth is not flat, it is actually a sphere.
No, of course, I don't believe Earth is flat. I have no doubt for that. I've been doing astronomy for over 8 years now, and this is what I'm doing for a living, I know. But I mean, like, my particular question was regarding teaching kids how to respond to these kind of ideas. So because now I would like to start this kind of thing back home in my country, and I'm just trying to get the idea how to teach them how to respond to these kind of, beliefs and ideas. So this was my question about. But thank you very much.
I think we can convince them by science. The Earth cannot be flat from many point of view. For example, if the Earth is flat, it's gonna be really difficult to send spacecraft, or we have a lot of parameters like the velocity of vibration, the level of velocity that you attain to a satellite or a spacecraft to escape the gravitational force. So it's really a lot of science background on which we can use to convince child that the Earth is not flat. So by the Earth is flat, I swear the Earth is not flat. So we're gonna arrive to Cameroon with Roland. And Roland, you can start talking about your club and the activity that you are doing. And thank you so much to be with us today. I got your message that you have also some issue for the internet connection, but thanks a lot. I appreciate that you are with us today. You can start, Roland.
Okay, thank you very much. I welcome everybody here. I'm very happy to meet you all. It's very wonderful to see people, and it's
Roland, we cannot hear you very well. Roland? Roland, we cannot hear you. He's lost.
the IAU president actually is my husband, and people like
Yeah, I think Roland here you have a bad connection. So I'm gonna pass the mic for Jean-Pierre for saying something. Okay, he's here again. Roland, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you very well. Hello?
Hello, please, are you getting me?
Yeah, now we can.
Do you get me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, I'm very sorry. I was saying English, so I will not present myself for up to 15 minutes. We're all in this meeting today. I think the first question is, how did I win the SSVI Telescope? Is it right?
Yes.
Okay, actually, I did not apply for the SSVI Telescope as a contest like most people do. This telescope was offered to me directly by Mr. Jean-Pierre without any application, just he just decided to give me this telescope, and I so appreciate it. I so appreciate the support from SSVI and IAU as a whole that has given us the chance to envision a positive future for ourselves and future generations with great approach of innovation and enhancement, and to be able to trust and give projects that were not even in the dreams of our elders. Actually, I say so because astronomy is just like a new thing here in Cameroon, and now we can have the curiosity that others have in the other countries and share it to the general public, which is a great transformation of science beyond its horizons. So I thank Mr. Jean-Pierre for his great work he's doing with the Office of Astronomy Outreach and the International Astronomical Union as a whole, and you all that are promoting science all over the world.
Thank you so much, Roland, for
the advice. Okay, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. So actually, you talk about my club. Yes, we have the Astronomy Club of Cameroon, who is promoting astronomy activities in Cameroon, but to kick off in 2021, because at the moment we are trying together with the government to promote this new era of science and technology in our community. And actually, it's the only club promoting astronomy in Cameroon. Since people, I don't know if they didn't know about something existing like astronomy or what, but I think from now to the future, they will have a great interest in space exploration and the stars as a whole. So I don't know if I can end here, or I don't know, because I have to go to another meeting. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to be here today.
Thank you so much, Roland. And
Malaysia?
Thank you so much for your time. I know that you have another meeting in parallel, so thank you so much to give us that time, and that time small, like that really interesting speech about your club and about your activity. So I'm gonna leave now the speech for Jean-Pierre for adding something before closing the event. You can start, Jean-Pierre.
Well, I'm overwhelmed, really. I met Ewan and Tim once, 2, 3 times a year, and they always tell me, you don't have an idea what the impact is of SSVI. Well, I never travel, so no, I don't know. I can guess because I hear from people like you what you're doing and about that. My biggest concern was always, okay, we give telescopes, science telescopes, science from astronauts, from science, Nobel Prize winners. So I tell, that's nice, yes. That's also dangerous because they are collector's items. And that was not the goal. So the telescopes must not be collector's items, but they must be used. And now we are 2.5 hours of lectures. And I heard, oh, your lectures. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. So I can only say, thank you. Thank you all. Working together, working with youngsters, that's wonderful. Yumna, I enjoyed what you said. I always said you never give up. Said it to everyone.
Thank you.
Do what you want.
Jean, what is your feeling to see the telescope that you made with your own hands around the world, and to see how happy and enjoying working with the telescope that you made with your own hands, and to give it for them for free. So what is your feeling? What kind of satisfaction you have?
Oh, I do something. I give it to others. The telescopes, I not made these telescopes. I make telescopes, Newton telescopes for schools. But these telescopes are from Brussels, so I get them. I collect them. I'm the one who's going everywhere to collect the signatures of astronauts, of scientists. And I pack them and I send them to the world. Yes. What does this do this to me? Well, satisfaction? Yes, of course. We only live once. We only live once, and you want to leave something. And I have always said, I had never got the chance to study myself, but when I can help study other people, other children, that's the best thing you can do. You can't do this alone. But with a project like SSVI, another project, you reach people like you who spread the word. That's so important. So the feeling to me, it's incredible. And an evening like that, or a day like that, that's giving me a boost. That's giving me a boost to continue. So tomorrow I'm going to Ghent, to my group, and I will tell you about this event. And I can assure you, they will get the same feeling as me. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jean, for your nice word. And from my side, I promise I'm gonna do my best to share astronomy and science with everyone until the last breath that I have in this life. And thank you so much, Jean, for your support. And I know how much you really support people around the world. And sometimes I remember, Jean, I need your help. Harry, what? I need solar filter for that person for free. That telescope need that. That telescope not this. So I don't really remember how much we worked hard to help people. Support activity, competition for children. We send package and then we receive it back because there are no flight. We lost money, we lost a lot of things, but we still happy because we still believe in our dreams. We still believe that we need to help people. We need to help children. We need to share science, to give the opportunity for everyone to see the stars, to see the universe, to start think, to take up his eyes or her eyes in the sky at night and ask from what it come, all of this, how the stars form. We want to give this opportunity for everyone around the world, and we're gonna help in any way we can. I never honestly found someone so helpful like Jean. Not I'm saying that because he's my friend, but I never met a Jean in person. Every time I work with Jean,
Jean-Pierre, not Jean.
Yeah, Jean-Pierre.
Yeah,
I never meet Jean-Pierre in person, and all the time that I work with him, it's online. I never get the opportunity to see him in person, but every time, Jean, let's do that. Jean-Pierre, let's do that. Jean-Pierre, let's do this. Let's do that. What do you think about this event? Can we do it? Can we send it? Can we help these people? So I'm really fascinated about how he is that nice person that just he wants to help. He is here to help. He is here to support the children and help everyone who is asking to help. So Jean-Pierre, I'm really glad that first you are my friend. Second, you are the one who just sent me the best birthday gift that I got yesterday, which is my first telescope. And second, I'm really fascinated about how kind you are and how you just here because you want to help. That's the only and the main objective that you want to do. So thank you so much, Jean-Pierre, for everything that you are doing. And by that, I would like also to thank all the participants, Yumna, Il-Mahdi, everyone from Africa, from Asian continent, from each country. Each one was following us today in the social media and the YouTube channel, social media links, Facebook, everywhere. There are a lot of people were were following us today in the meeting, at least 15 persons around the world. I'd like to thank everyone for your presence today. I'm really happy to see you all here, the SSVI Telescope holder, and I'm looking forward to collaborate and to work together one day. Thank you, everyone. And by that, I'm gonna close the event, and I hope to see you soon.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Maisa, for
Thank you.